Now in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, Statler and Beaker. This is your friend, Kermit the Frog here. I just wanted to wish you both a very happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I hope you have a lot of turkey.
How about a little smile?
The Morning Stream. Don't eat that. It's Pluto.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to TMS. It's Wednesday, November 22nd. The year is 2023. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
That's right. This is as close as we're going to get this month to a 23-23. We've just got we've got 11-22-23. No show tomorrow. Surprise. So no 11-23-23.
Yep. And in the next year, our big hallmarks will be 2-24-24.
24-24-24.
All right, 1-2-4-2-4 is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
We don't have anything that just straight up does 24s across the board because that would be a 24. There'd be a month called the 24th month, and that makes no sense.
Right, exactly. So but is there like a? February 4th, so 2-4-24 is a thing.
That's true. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
All right, so there's more possibilities in the coming year than I'm even considering.
Yeah, exactly. What else? I mean, is there a palindromic thing? Yeah, I guess April 2nd would be 4-2-24.
Yeah, so 4-2-2-4 is pretty fun. Then you got that's the
4-21-24 would be the same palindrome, just with an extra, as would 4-22-24.
Oh man, this is going to be a year to remember.
So April we've got 3 palindromic. Days.
Finally, Brian, finally. All right, yeah, so 2024, look forward to it. It'll be our biggest year yet here on TMS.
Oh, right. Today, Henrik reminds us, today is the 60th anniversary of JFK's assassination. So go watch the great Oliver Stone film, Born on the 4th of July.
I saw something that would make you laugh, I think.
Really?
It was a post somewhere, Threads or Twitter or somewhere, where somebody, a governor of some state, I don't know who she is this is not a political thing. I'm not getting into politics here. She just simply says her endorsement for president in 2024 is Ron DeSantis, and she has these reasons. And she has a photo of JFK and his family on some sort of vacation, all hanging out when the kids were little and stuff. And then right next to it, a picture of Ron DeSantis, his wife, and their children, all in a similar pose, kind of smiling at a camera, like a group photo of the family.
Sure.
And says, the reason we need DeSantis is he is as close as we're ever going to get to a modern-day JFK. He's young, he's here, blah, 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 blah. All that's fine. Again, no judgment, whatever. She can think whatever she wants. I'm not getting into that. But where it cracked me up is she made a list of the 3 things that we're looking for. Number 1, strong leadership, whatever. Again, down to opinion.
Whatever.
2,
yeah, exactly.
2, a devoted family man. Okay. JFK loved his kids.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. The best I can tell. Third said...
Except when he was hanging around with Marilyn Monroe, but okay. Yeah.
Oh, and that would explain number 3, because number 3 says...
Oh, good, okay.
Number 3 says faithful to his wife.
Oh,
and
she might as well have said 4, living.
Yeah, and I wanted to go, dude, you need to crack a history book. They're not hard to get. They're super recent. We have information, and it's all kind of verified. That dude was Flander M'Gander all the time.
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway.
Happy re-education, Twitter user.
Oh, man. That was awesome. Anyway, so we're here. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, so we're not here tomorrow. Okay, just a reminder for those who think we're pod fading. We're not. I liked all the jokes yesterday. People posting, "Oh, where's the show today? They're pod fading."
Of course, yes.
But thank you for understanding. I was at the dentist. Everything went fine. I got a chipped thing they got to fix. It's a couple of weeks away, but it all went fine. But I did have this feeling at the dentist that my dentist, who I really like, I love Dr. Matthews. We've been using him for 20 years, almost 20 years. Next year it'll be 20 years. It's insane. Nick was 4 when we first went there.
Wow.
And Nick will be 24 next year. So that gives you an idea. And we really like them. They take great care of us. I love how they always have the greatest, newest tech. They're super into that. And they invest in all that. They're great. And but I think he just turned 50. And he walks in and he is so tan and so buffed up right now. And so like someone else made that haircut happen for $180. Like
really,
it's really something. I expected to walk outside and see a Ferrari or some other kind of midlife sign. So he's apparently going through it. Now, what's crazy about him is he's got kids who are the age my kids are. He's got like someone almost the exact same age as Nick, 23, 24. And he's got them also in between, ranging all the way down to 4. And I look at him in all of his seemingly a little bit of midlife clothes, and I go, you know, when he's in high school, you'll be in your mid-60s. He didn't.
Did you really tell him that?
I did. I don't think he liked it. Did you tell him that
before he started putting sharp implements in your mouth, or after?
He laughed. I mean, thankfully we have a really good relationship, or I would never say that sort of thing. But
of course.
Yeah, it sounds like he's going through a little stuff, and it's fine. He's a dentist, but he's extremely good at his job, and so it's fine. Do whatever you want to do. I will say this. They have this new thing where they put a big 50 to 60 inch flat screen OLED up in their office, in front of me, the patient. So I'm sitting back, and there's a giant TV on the wall. Now you might think, oh, is that from movies or something? No, they have another TV on the ceiling for that because you're leaned back.
Okay. Because when you're laying down, you want to look straight up. Yeah.
Right. The one on the wall they now use for, the remote wand camera that they got?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they pull that around and start going in there. And this giant 60-inch experience is all the inner workings of my microscopic freaking mouth hole.
Oh, man. No one should ever... Like, I got one of those little cameras. Like, it's same kind of thing, remote wand, but it plugs into a little box, which then plugs into your phone. You can use your phone and this little thing, so I can get behind computers. Or what I used it for was, we had to do some wires in the drywall, and I needed to see where they were going, where the cables and cords were going. But first thing I did is, let's go inside my mouth. Oh, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, dude. No, I kind of want to get one of those for the reasons you described.
Yeah.
But I don't ever want to see that close. I don't want to see that. And I even said to him, I said, that tooth looks like it's about to explode and it's a nightmare and we're all going to die and that's going to cost me $50,000 or whatever. And he goes, no, it's fine. This tooth's fine. I said, well, what is that then? He goes,
exactly.
He gets a little exaggerating. If you get close enough to anything, there's some scum in there, right?
Like nothing looks good on that camera. Everything looks like it's bad and it's going to die and it's going to kill you on its way out.
Yeah, it shouldn't be inside a human body. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I get it. It's part of your business. Why are you showing me? You guys look at it. I don't want to see this giant screen. Freaking turn that shit off. But they do it for themselves. I even said to him, I said, whoa, this is a crazy experience. And he says, it's mostly for us because we're not having to squint at something or move over to look at a screen or whatever. We got this big display right in front of us.
Yeah, makes sense. It's more for them than for you, but it's sad they just happen to put it in a place where the patient can see it very clearly.
Yeah. They all use their. Everyone in this office uses a mouse on their leg to like navigate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I think is really funny. And you can see, at least on his brother's pants. His brother's part of this practice. He's a little older, but on his brother's thigh, it's worn on the pants he was wearing yesterday. It's a little bit worn. So I think he's like spending a lot of time in those pants in that office, going, navigate around with my little Logitech Legmouse or whatever. Anyway, we hope you're all well.
Might be time to invest in a trackball for those guys.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Perfect trackball business, right?
Yeah.
And you can still be wireless. You don't have to worry about all the wires. Eyeball Cindy wrote in. She works up the street at the eye clinic that I go to every year. I'll see you in January, or unless something weird happens, but I usually have a pretty good turnout over there. Anyway, Eyeball Cindy wrote in. This is about the eye drops in the eyes and whether that could poison you or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Because what did we end up with there that we thought Visine or whatever carried?
Yeah, Visine, exactly. And her first sentence is exactly what I said, and then we talked about the Visine and how there was a Snopes thing about insta kill, which is false, but it can raise heart level and stop breathing for a while or permanently, which Feels like insta kill to me. But
that does to me
anyway,
too. Let's see it. Stopped you from breathing immediately. What do you call that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Here's what she says.
How did he die? He died from stopping breathing.
His heart no longer pumped blood, and air did no longer go in and out of his lungs. That's what happened to him.
Yeah.
Eyeball Cindy wrote in and says, "Hi, you can't kill people with artificial tears like Refresh or Sustain." I've never used that.
Yeah, basically just saline solution. Yeah.
And that makes sense, and that is what you said that day. Visine, however, is a vasoconstrictor, which means that it makes the redness in your eyes go away temporarily. So you're treating a symptom, not the root problem. The more you use Visine, the more the more wear and tear you cause on the pumps in your eyes. That eventually they will quit working, and your eyes are trays forever. What does that mean? TR?
I think she probably typed red forever and autocorrect. Like she might have typed res forever instead of red forever, and it said, "Oh, res isn't a word. How about trace?"
Trace.
You probably mean trace.
You mean 3 forever.
Yes, exactly.
So if you put Visine in someone's drink, their blood pressure drops and it causes their heart to slow down. Oh, interesting, because it's doing what it does in the local zone of the eye. If you ingest it, is going to do to your other major.
Right, because basically, it's basically just what it's saying there. It's a vasoconstrictor, which means that it constricts the blood vessels. The getting the red out is not like it's fixing anything, except it's just they're red. Let's just shrink the things that are red. It won't solve the problem, but
right. I guess if you need temporary pain relief, that's a thing. But if it's like just for looks, don't use it. Just like let your eye run its course.
Yeah, exactly. It's purely hey, how do you get the red out? Just by shrinking the things that are red.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, there's a murder going on. Oh wait, I closed my eyes and it stopped. That's better.
That's like little kid logic about.
Yeah, exactly.
If my parents don't see me, or if I close my eyes, my parents don't see me taking.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Anyway, so instead of using Visine or anything that gets the red out, in quote, she says, you should use artificial tears 4 times a day and a gel drop at night. Consistency is key with red/dry eyes. Love you guys, Eyelid Cindy or Eyeball Cindy.
Interesting. Yeah.
Gel drop. I've had those. Those were given to me when I had the surgery. They were amazing.
Like super soothing, right? Like,
Brian, it's the thickened.
Your eyes are dry and itchy and all that stuff.
It's the thickened liquid of eye drops, for real.
Mm-hmm. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That's a place that's fine for thickened liquid.
And if the first one feels a little weird, but it is like a glop that more slowly sort of covers your eye.
Like
and
you're
it's
putting
cold.
Maple syrup in your eye or something, right?
Except it's nice and cold and just like, it's actually amazing. And you can get those. I know I could get those now. I just haven't. But those did wonders for me when I was recovering from that. So, Eyeball Cindy, once again, bullseye. We're going to call you.
Nicely done.
Bullseye Cindy. How about that from now
Bullseye
on?
ball. Bullseye ball Cindy.
Yep. I'll see you in January or whenever it is we go. The horse on the plane thing, we got some closure on this. Well, not closure, but some explanation of how this stuff works. Someone who sounds like they sure know what they're talking about. So, check it out.
Hey, Scott and Brian. This is Biff Smith, East Coast of America. Calling in regards to your morning stream about the airplane. So yeah, airplanes have weight restrictions, and if they land too heavy, it could damage the airframe or cause an injury or what have you. So when you're talking about the horse and the airplane, they had to dump the fuel so they could land under their weight limit. It is very common. There are limits, i.e. you're supposed to be a certain altitude and or hopefully over unpopulated area in order to dump that fuel. But yeah, planes are basically flying around dumping fuel pretty much all the time, especially if there's an emergency of some type. Anyway, love the show. You guys keep up the great work and happy holidays.
Thanks, man. So hold on now. They're dumping that all the freaking time. This doesn't
dumping
seem
fuel.
good.
Jet fuel. It totally doesn't. A lot of it doesn't just kind of vaporize in the air and just
Oh, sure. I'm sure it's fine if we breathe it in. Sure, or it lands in the crops and ends up coating all this year's wheat harvest or whatever. I'm sure it's fine.
Exactly. Yes.
That's it.
Unpopulated areas.
I don't like that at all.
Populated by what? Just people? Because
yeah, exactly.
There tend to be populations of other things where there aren't populations of people.
Yeah, no kidding. Also, I noticed Claire's not in the chat, but if she was here, she'd probably be screaming this is some kind of American problem. It sounds like it's airplanes everywhere. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we're all flying. You want to blame Wilbur Wright? Go ahead, but I'm just saying. It's a thing.
Exactly. I'm
Tally,
sure Ireland dumps their fuel as well.
Yeah, Tally says, what a sacrifice, or that's the sacrifice companies are willing to make.
So true.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate truth. We also got, I forgot what this is about. Oh, and what's...
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't get it from that, so I guess it'll be a surprise to both of us when
what's
you play
with
this.
the couch call? This is going to piss me off because it'll remind me immediately, and I'm mad that I can't think of it. All right, well, I'm going to play the call, and then...
Okay.
We got a couch. Oh, a cough call.
Oh, okay.
All right. I just got this randomly, and I totally spaced this. I got this randomly. This is all it is. If anyone in the tadpole can identify yourselves as the person on this call, this is as short as it is, too. So here it is. That's all I got. Who was that? And are you okay?
Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again.
Okay. It could be Claire. Could be.
That's all I'm hearing.
Is anyone in there taking credit yet? Someone says Claire. Benjamin says Claire. I don't know. Maybe.
Wow.
And there are a lot of people with COVID and the flu right now. So maybe one of y'all called in.
That's really, really funny.
There was some burp at the second part. Hold on. Let's hear that again. I didn't hear a burp. Chat room, you're smoking crack. There's no burp.
Well, they're saying Burmp.
Oh.
There was some Burmp.
What's
B-U-R-M-P, Burmp,
is
on
that
the second part.
Is that a word? Is that
I don't know what that word means. Maybe there was some Burmp on the second part. I don't know.
All right. Well, anyone out there want to take credit, write us in and correct us, or send us a real call, because whatever happened there, you did that and hung up. So that's all I got.
Would you get a sec, and maybe while I'm talking here, fix your Discord settings, because earlier I only heard Fletcher. I didn't hear the opening show music, and I'm wondering if I missed some of that call because it
oh, well, let's find. That's not good. I don't want that happening.
That's all right. But in the meantime, I'll tell you what I did yesterday, Scott. So obviously with no show, it's a chance for me to do some rideshare driving, which I did. And then I was near Harbor Freight, and I decided, you know what, now's the time for me to get an air compressor that goes with my airbrush that I've had ever since art school in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I was like, does that airbrush even still work? Well, when I got to Harbor Freight, you know, you'll get some cheap stuff at Harbor Freight, but now I'm hearing myself back. Up there, it's fixed.
Oh, is it fixed? Okay. There may be some anomalies while
you're changing things, I'm sure it'll be so you get some cheap stuff there, and who knows about the quality of the Avanti airbrush, but so far, just in messing around with it before I put paint and stuff in there, just messing around with it and looking at reviews online, this is a pretty dang good airbrush you can get for $25 at Harbor Freight with compressor. So I wanted to buy the compressor. Compressor alone was $89.
Yeah. With
the airbrush, it was $110, so $20 more with the hose and with the airbrush and all that. So I just said, well, let's just buy a new airbrush then. And
nice.
Yeah. So it's gonna with all of these minis that I got for Zombicide, Marvel Zombies Zombicide, it's going to make painting those go a lot faster, especially like all the shield troopers and all the innocent bystander people who've been turned into zombies and things like that. Super, super cool.
I have a question about your process.
Yes,
you got these brand new Zombicide ones in, right?
Yes.
We talked about that and super stoked and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But do you feel tempted to jump right into a new one and paint it, or go back to some of the stuff you have backlogged? Like how are you feeling about all that?
It's going to be a mix. Here's the cool thing is that I know being a Marvel Comics nerd, I know the costumes pretty darn well, and so I'm going to be doing combinations. Like right now, I don't have a single painted Wolverine, yet I have the Marvel United Wolverine, I have the Marvel Zombies Wolverine, and I think I've even got a Crisis Protocol Wolverine, none of the three of which are painted. So it's basically going to be like, well, let's paint all three of those at the same time with using the same, yellow, blue, black colors for his original costume.
That makes sense. You have it out. If you got this stuff out, why not?
Yeah, especially with the airbrush, because I don't want to, the fewer times that I can change colors of paints and stuff,
I used to hate that about mine.
the better. Yes, that's the thing I hated, and having to clean that thing after every use and all that stuff. And
if you don't, those things clog up and they're horrible. So
exactly.
clean.
BioCal says, poor old airbrush, never got to see its potential. Oh, no, BioCal. I used that thing for 3 years solid, the 2 years of college, and then for another year afterwards, for some freelance stuff. That thing got plenty of use.
Yep. There was that time Brian did naked body paint stuff. That was cool.
That's right. Exactly. There was a, I ever talk about that one of the first podcast expos in Ontario, California, might have been the one where I met Scott Fletcher and everybody. There was a party, one of the evening parties, put on by, who would have been at the time? Oh my gosh.
Somebody big in the deal back then.
Exactly. Like, previously Pod Show or something like that, or Libsyn could have been Libsyn. Anyway, there was a party at one of the neighboring hotels to the convention center where they had food and drink and booze and a live band outside and naked body painting going on inside.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And I
I
like them pasty free. No pasties in my body painting competition.
Gosh, no. Heck no. Just turn those. What are you turning those into? Little eyeballs? Okay, that's fine. Make those giant eyeballs, and then you can say, "Hey, my eyes are down here. Perfect, great, awesome."
My least favorite form of body paint is when they just make giant eyeballs on their figures. So lazy to me. I don't know why. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's a weird thing to have at a podcast expo, especially that
It really was weird, and I'm trying to remember like who I was hanging out with. CC Chapman was there. Emil Borkwin and his brother Tim Borkwin. Tim Coyne was there. Dr. Pod.
There's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Yeah, Tim Coyne. Yeah, Dan Class. Michael Gohagen. It was just weird to have all this, but I'm sure Fletcher might have been there as well. I'll have to ask him if he snuck out to any of those.
He was at one for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't, because I've seen pictures of you two together looking like children. Freaking children in 19
Which we were.
Or
dude, that was 20 years ago. My God.
Yeah, you guys were kids.
Yeah, or 18 years ago or something.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
So weird. Yeah. Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
20 years. It'll be 20 years next year, right? The Coverville's 20th.
Coverville's anniversary, September 24th, 2024 will be 20 years of Coverville, and then it'll be it. Be done. I'll just say that just about covers it for this whole entire podcast. Goodbye.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be the Simpsons? You're just gonna go on in perpetuity? By the way, I was listening to some Simpsons yesterday, and here's my big complaint. I think the show is still written really well. It's funny.
Yeah.
Not a problem. But Hank Azaria, not Hank Azaria, the other one, Kent Brockman, Mr. Burns.
Yes, from Spinal Tap, Harry Shearer.
Harry Shearer sounds like he's barely there. He's just, his voice is effed. He did a Mr. Burns on the season premiere this year.
Yeah.
Everyone else sounds fine. Homer sounds like Homer. Hank Azaria's parts, all his roles are fine. But Marge and Harry Shearer both are roughing it, dude. It's bad.
Really?
Yeah, they just sound old. Their voices are old. He's in his
Julie Kavner. I mean, what's Julie Kavner? What's that competing for her time?
I think her voice is just effed.
Like, oh, sure. Yeah. Well, that is a voice. I mean, it's all Fry. You know.
Yeah.
That'll wreck your.
If you do that all day. Oh, Homer. So now she just is like, Homer. I don't know. It's just something I noticed last night. It was really shocking. And every time Harry Shearer was all over the episode, he just sounded like Principal Skinner sounded like a 90-year-old. And look, I know these guys get older. It's 35, 36 years of the show.
Yeah.
They were all in their 40s when they started. Like, I get it. They're old.
Yeah.
But man, I just had a hard time with it. It was rough. I will say, though, I like the guy that plays Apu now and the guy that plays Carl.
Yeah.
They quit having White guy.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, of course. Right. Which makes sense. Yes.
They're great. Perfectly fine. No issues. I don't know who they gave Hibbert. Hibbert's somebody too. Somebody famous, actually. It's like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not Roy.
Did
Wood
they
Jr.
not give Carl and Hibbert to the same person?
Oh, maybe they did.
I know they like to just jumble people to get you're going to do 11 voices on the show.
That's right. They only have once in a while where it's like, all right, Lisa, you're one person. Bart, you'll
Nancy
do the
Cartwright
bully.
is pretty much. I think Nancy Cartwright might also do. My cat's breath smells like cat food.
Yeah. She does a lot
Ralph
of the kids.
Wiggum,
She does
yeah.
Wiggum. She does Bart, and
Nelson,
she does Nelson. Yep. Can't think of anyone else. Oh, and the bald bully.
Millhouse. Does she do Millhouse?
Millhouse is. I think she does. So she's pretty busy.
Yeah.
Right. Hank Azaria does everybody. Harry Shearer does a ton. It must be weird being Marge. You do you and your twin sisters. That's it.
Right. Exactly.
Or Lisa, which just does Lisa. That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's your fun trip down that line thing.
Yardley Smith.
Okay, I'm going to play something for you, Brian. You tell me if this comes through. You can hear it, okay? Because I think I fixed everything. So here, play this.
Hi, Statler and Beaker.
You hear that, right?
Yep, I hear that.
How about this one here?
How about a little...
Whoops, this one.
Beautiful.
Okay, we're back to normal, everyone.
Nicely done. Well done. Little live Discord support. How awesome is that?
Yeah, I had a fresh install of everything, and I knew there'd be loose ends, but we'll fix it. Don't worry. All right. I think that's it for now.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Battle Royale. We got to get going.
Babel, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
we got shit to do here, and let's get Dunaway up in it. And I
busy day. Lots of stuff.
Yeah. Guess what? Wednesday's packed. Everyone. Oh, whoops! This is not right. Hold on. I just added Dunaway to the wrong call. Let's do it in here. All right. How about it in the place that we actually are?
Funny. Yeah.
Why doesn't it?
Oops.
Did I call him? Hold on. What did I do? Coverville Brian Dunaway. Leave group.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in our group now.
No, you're doing it you're still doing it to the, oh, never mind. Now you left the group.
Yeah, I got rid of it.
I'm going to leave the group there too.
Yeah, leave that group. That group sucks.
I love it. I love when you start a group and then everybody just leaves the group.
Because
you
bails.
accidentally started it. And it's just like the most oh.
It's a pretty good time. All right.
I walked into the wrong party.
Let's see. We'll also add the person I think is going to be on today's call. And then I'm going to play this thing here, which will be lots of fun. And there's also some fries are done, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hey, it's Brian Dunaway joining us. What are you doing, man?
Hey, it's Scott and Brian inviting me in.
Hey. Hey, it's good to have you here. How are you, man? How was your day? That's really the question at hand.
Hey, man, the rain finally stopped and the sun is peeking out, and I'm digging it. Thank God.
That's lovely.
Too wet yesterday. I thought I lived in Seattle. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't live in Seattle.
What happened there, do you think? You think it just, I don't know, Seattle's...
It's called weather patterns. Apparently, they change daily. I don't know. It's weird.
That is weird. I'm no meteorologist.
I don't care for it.
I don't care for it either. We have a caller on the line. Playing with us today is Juniper, although they are currently muted. Juniper, you may not know that. Oh, there you are. Hi.
I didn't want to disturb the show.
Oh, you're all good. There you are.
Very, very considerate of you.
Yeah, it's very kind of you.
Sounding good,
although,
too.
Yeah, feel free to disturb us all you want. It's totally fine.
Right. We're already mostly disturbed, but so how bad can you be? Hey, Juniper, where are you from?
I'm from Bardstown, Kentucky.
Nice.
Bardstown? Where is Bardstown?
It's way down there.
It's bourbon capital of the world. So.
Yeah,
cool.
dude.
Nice.
Sounds like a place I need to
Now,
visit.
Yeah.
Is it Bard like a musical fantasy character Bard, or is it okay?
Bart
What
Town?
is it then? Okay,
It's just
Bart Town.
It's just the town of the town.
You sound like me. I live in Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live in
nondescript is that?
Bardstown. That's
Yeah, that's
There you
great.
go.
Most of us,
There you go.
I don't know
Have
if
you
a
been
lot.
sampling some of the local product?
I have. I just turned 21 this year.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Nice.
Well done.
Congratulations.
They just
yeah.
He's
Well,
actually the
Airplane
whole.
comes fast.
There you go. He's the whole facility. They just squeeze him, and it flows.
He's the entire thing.
It's
That's
great.
great.
That's right, yes.
Well, I'm really happy you're here. We tried to do this last week and we couldn't get him
Yeah.
through, but we got him through today. So we're happy to have you.
Nice.
Brian, why don't you explain what he could win today if we properly played his
Yeah.
game?
Happily to do that. It's time to play the Tadpooly Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpole on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian are going to have to predict the answers they gave us. It's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Juniper, your job and your call. It's important to us. Please hold the line. Your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. If your team wins, you'll get a prize package that includes Say No, More.
No.
It's a game called Say No.
Wait.
Exclamation point, more.
And
And
all right.
Oh,
Skullgirls Second Encore. Hubba,
Ooh.
hubba.
Oh, Skullgirls is great.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
Fun game. Fighting game. It's good stuff.
Is it is it subtitled Hubba Hubba? I don't think that's.
No,
what
I
it's
added
called.
that. That's
Hubba
the
Hubba.
downloadable.
Okay.
That's the DLC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big thanks to Dwayne Coyle for sending us those games right there.
Excellent.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Put your hands on your buzzers and
Okay.
answer this. We asked 446 tadpoolers to give their best answer to this. Name a cartoon bad guy you most... Brian,
Gargamel.
show me Gargamel. Number 4 answer on the board. Well done.
Oh, what a weird
I
one
will
to have
repeat-
at the ready. You're weird, man. That's
I will
funny.
repeat the whole question for Scott.
Yeah.
Name a cartoon bad guy you most identify with.
Oh man. Cartoon bad guy. Okay.
Cartoon bad guy.
I almost instinctively yelled Immortan Joe, and that would have been wrong. All right, cartoon bad guy. Let's go with Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe.
Ooh,
Oh, are you
sure.
kidding me?
I don't
That is
relate
so
to him at all. I
for
just couldn't
you.
think of
Go
anything.
ahead.
Who doesn't identify with Cobra Commander?
Yeah.
Show me Cobra Commander.
Oh, come on, you lazy
Apparently,
buttholes.
apparently nobody identifies with Cobra Commander. Did he even make the list? That's a really good question.
Shite.
He talks like this.
Oh, yeah, Number 25. 4 people said Cobra Commander.
All right. Thank you,
but
4
that
people.
means, Brian, you and Juniper are going to be working together. Look at you two. Joining forces in the South will rise again.
Oh,
You
man.
can, by the way, you can call me Judah.
Judah.
Judah?
Is just a-
Judah.
Judah. I like it. Not Judas. You're not
supposed
going to,
to-
your guts aren't going to fart out
No,
the
no,
back
no,
end
no,
of your
no.
butt when you turn Jesus in or whatever you did.
It's the Juniper is supposed to be like a play on Jupiter.
Oh, Jupiter, like
sure.
the planet.
I like
Yeah,
space.
yeah.
Oh.
Makes sense.
cool.
Makes sense.
Makes
I also like
All right.
space.
Go ahead.
Now,
21.
What were you gonna say?
I'm just trying to think at 21, was I into space? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, I
you were
think it's a-
spacey, all right.
There's way worse things to be when you're 21. That's awesome. Astrophysicist, man.
Oh,
Physicist.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Physicist.
All right, Brian and Judah. What else you got? What other cartoon
Hey.
bad guys can you think of?
Yeah.
Hey, Judah, you're like 21, so you've probably seen some more modern cartoons. But hey,
You think,
I've
do you
got
think that was
one
on
that
purpose,
I-
by the way? Or do you think you did that just?
I think it may. I'm kind of.
Well-
I don't know. Do you think it was on purpose? Dunaway, tell us.
Yeah, no.
Let's make a bet. I say you didn't mean to say that the way you
Judah.
did.
What'd I say?
So
Well, you said,
know.
"Hey, Judah."
Yeah. Hey Jude is like
Like-
Hey Jude. See.
Like the Beatles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
gotcha.
Judah.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing. And look, this
What a-
21-year-old
Hey,
knows who the
Judah.
Beatles are. It's fine. All right, you guys. Sorry. Go ahead and commiserate. I just thought that was
Please,
hilarious.
yes.
So I'm an old man, and when this question got asked and Scott didn't instantly pull out Skeletor, I was like,
Oh shit!
What?
Of course.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be Skeletor. Come
Go
on.
with that one first, because yeah,
Sure.
that's
I
a good one.
identify with them. I'm
Especially,
surrounded by
especially in the
incompetent
tadpole.
boobs.
Oh, come on, He-Man. You've got to be kidding me. Come on,
He-Man,
it's great.
Until next time.
He-Man.
Anglers. All right, let's see if if everyone feels like they're surrounded by incompetent boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 1 answer on the
Hey.
board. Absolutely.
Skeletor.
How stupid am I? That should have been an easy answer.
Yeah.
I was shocked, I said. And then Scott's all like, Cobra Commander. And I'm like, don't do drugs. You could have
You're gonna-
even said Destro. Destro would have been a better answer.
Oh,
All
Destro
right.
is cool. I love him.
Hey, Judah.
Yes.
What do you think?
Don't feel
you
so
got
bad.
one?
Take a sad song
I'm
and make it better.
thinking like really old here, but Wile E. Coyote.
Ooh, Wile E. Coyote is a very
Wile-
yeah,
Wile E.
E.
Coyote.
Willie Cootie. Uh-huh.
Coyote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coyote.
Wild, because he's wily.
Yeah,
That's right. And once that
I'm down with
Roadrunner
this.
does one thing to tick you off, I mean, you're after the second episode, it is purely revenge.
Yeah.
It is, you know.
Yes.
You're right.
Right?
Every
Yeah.
time.
He may have started
Yep.
wanting to eat the Roadrunner, but after starting with episode 2, it just really became a revenge fantasy.
Yeah.
I just want Wile E. Coyote's credit extension that he has at the Acme
Oh.
Corporation. You
Absolutely.
know,
Yeah.
I don't. He doesn't even have pockets, but
No.
whatever.
I think he sells his blood. Show me Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, number 2
Number
answer.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys are killing it.
Look
here.
at that. Nailing it. Well, but we're getting low points. We're getting
Yeah, you're getting the low hanging
we're
fruit.
getting
Yeah.
yeah, but
That
boo.
was-
All right.
That was my only one. Though. I can't think of any more.
Hey, I have good news for you. Dunaway's a massive 80s, 90s cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon
boy.
guy, so you're in good hands. over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So you're in good hands. The problem is, am I gonna guess what these people say? Because my second
Yeah.
instinctual guess was gonna be everybody wants to be Gaston.
Oh, my
And I was
Lord.
Oh.
What?
Is that true?
What?
Wow. Do movies count, or I guess you didn't say?
Yeah, cartoon
There's
bad
a whole-
guys. Movies,
Yeah.
movies are
So
cartoons.
there's
too.
there's a whole song about how awesome Gaston is. I mean,
know.
and how everybody wants to be Gaston.
Dude is buff. He's got good hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Is that so? We're going with
Yeah.
Gaston.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna. What do you think, Judah? Is that good?
Wait,
Is that a good
Yeah.
one?
Well, wait. What are you?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? You got another one?
That was it. That was the one. That
Oh,
was
okay.
the one.
Yeah,
I
we'll
thought
go
it was
with
a
that
good
one
one. But if you disagree, all right, let's
We'll
do
go
it.
with that one.
All right, sounds good. Show me Gaston. Oh,
Son of a butthole.
I could-
Things
I
strikes
knew
like
the
Gaston.
tadpole wasn't cool enough.
I could take.
They
I'll
were
have-
pretty close to cool enough. It Gaston did make the list. Where
did?
is
Wow.
Gaston?
I'm surprised by that.
Where
tied
is
for
Gaston?
56th.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
That's way
Yeah.
down there.
It's way down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with Megatron because everyone loves
Oh,
Megatron.
that's amazing. Who doesn't want to be a giant gun?
Right? Not only that, but you can only be
Identify.
fired. You can only get fired by a talking tape recorder. That's the
Right,
only way you can get shot.
another giant robot. You are useless without another robot.
Yeah, I'm
Such a
into it.
weird gun too. I could never tell what size they want it to be. I
It's
mean,
like a bazooka.
it was like-
Sometimes it was like a handgun.
Yeah.
Like that thing's effed up. But we still love him. He's
Yeah.
great.
Sure. All right, show me.
I want to be Megatron.
Show me Megatron.
Oh, are you
Whoa,
kidding me?
Megatron made it a lot higher on the list. Number 20 on the list was Megatron. You're getting there.
We got word on the street. His reaction to him not being on the list.
No more Optimus Prime.
All right, leave him alone then.
No more Optimus Prime.
Back to you guys.
Okay. What do you think, Yogi?
Anything?
Oh Lord.
I mean, some of my favorites. Some of my favorites. I'm going to movies again. I'm going to the movies.
Sure.
Why do I keep going? And that's fine, right? I'm not going
Do
to
wherever
get
you
dinged
want.
for that, am I?
Yeah, do whatever you want. There are in the entire list of feud responses, there were lots of movies.
Okay,
Are
well,
any-
good. All right. So,
Okay.
but that sounds like a bunch of bullshit. So, Gru is who I love. I think Gru is an amazing. He's the good guy, bad guy.
Who's Gru?
In his
Oh,
own
Gru.
Sure.
movies,
Yeah.
right?
Gru from
Gru,
Despicable Me.
Minions,
Right,
and
right, right.
Despicable Me. Yeah.
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 There's a whole generation of people who love that.
He-
Let's see if
well,
it's on there.
Or do you think we should go old school cartoons? Go
Would
ahead.
he be a bad guy though? Because in the couple movies after, it
He's
was like
always he's always trying to be bad though. That's
Yeah.
a good question.
He gets redeemed.
I don't know. That's
You know? Redemption.
that's true.
All right,
Let's
Redhead
go with
redemption.
that's a good question.
Mhm.
Do you think Gru? You don't want to?
Well,
Okay,
no.
we could.
Hang on, but let's rethink that.
Let's think it. Let's rethink it.
I've learned one thing
my
in today's
cartoons
episode.
I watched during the 80s are going to be Dungeons and Dragons.
Sure.
I've
And
learned
I
one
love
thing in
that.
this
I just
interaction so
don't
far.
know.
Here's the number one truth we take away. We need Judah to come to TMS Vegas. He needs to hang out with us.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
He would be. He's old enough to hang around the casinos and stuff, and he seems like
I mean,
the kind of guy I could spend
I feel
time
like
with.
I'm a pretty laid back guy.
Yeah.
I am manic
You've
compared
been-
to Judah.
Yeah, Judah's a whole new level here, and I'm loving it. I'm here for it. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
I
Dunaway,
think
you were
once
talking
we,
about
I think once
cartoons.
we get the pulse of what they got going on, I think we'll do pretty good. But we got to get in the lane of what these cartoons are. Now, I said Gargamel. That was okay points. I love Venger from Dungeons and Dragons, and the only other absolute bad guy I can think of, is just off the top of my head, is Claw from from Gadget.
from Inspector Gadget.
So Inspector Gadget, you like that? Is that the word? Yeah.
Let's go with that one.
Do it.
Okay.
Let's
All
do
right.
the Claw.
Claw or Dr. Claw. Show
Dr.
me
Claw.
Dr.
Sure.
Claw. Number 7.
There's the points.
There we go. Now we're tapping in. Now we're tapping
getting some
in.
points. Now you're cooking with gas. All right, very good. So 6 answers still on the board.
And less than 9 minutes to do it. Let's go. We got it.
So you're saying,
Sorry,
well, if you hadn't called me so late, okay, then fine. We'll go to our 90s kids. We'll go to our 90s kids. What about everybody's favorite Shredder? I don't want to be Shredder though.
Well,
does anybody want to be?
How
Shredder?
much
I don't
did
want to be
it? It seems like to me nobody's actually using the question the way Brian pointed it, which is like, they're picking names of things they would never want to be. Who wants to be Gargamel? Freaking nobody on this planet.
These people are voting like people vote when they go to vote for local elections.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that name.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that name.
Gargamel's whole thing is revenge too, because as we learned from this week with John Oliver this last weekend, Gargamel was he was poisoned by the Smurfs in the first episode, so it was all pure revenge.
This is true.
That was a very good episode.
Gargamel was just minding his own business. Matter of fact, his birthday is on Halloween. And what does it was that Smartass Smurf, the one that blows up the boxes and stuff? He sends one to Gargamel on his birthday.
Yeah, Smartass Smurf.
Oh, Jokey Smurf.
I'm sorry,
Jokey Smurf.
Jokey Smurf.
There was a Jokey Smurf.
Anyway,
Yeah.
oh yeah, he had little boxes, and when you open the ribbon, it would go.
Did he stand in front of a brick wall and go, "What's the deal with airline food?" It was that kind of jokey, or
Yeah,
No?
asked about airline tickets, and
Cats are all like this, and dogs are all like this.
Did you guys ever notice that Lady Smurf over there doesn't wear any pants? Am I right?
We only have 7 minutes.
Except he basically has everything has to say Smurfing. So you ever notice that when you're Smurfing, you
Sorry, yes, we do only have 7 minutes, Brian. You're right.
What about-
else you got?
So go ahead.
What about Magneto from X-Men?
Ooh,
Magneto's a good
I
one.
love that. That's a little later, but yes, I do like
Yeah,
Magneto
I think
in
that's
the
late
X-Men
90s.
cartoons.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
Very
he was
good
great
stuff.
on there. Let's do it.
All right.
Magneto.
show me Magneto.
Oh,
Number 12, just outside of the top 10.
Nice.
It was, very. A lot of people do sympathize and say, some of you humans need to bow down before us superhumans, and I can relate to that. Scott, back over to you.
I'm going to go with a movie choice today. Let's go with Scar from the Lion King.
Ooh,
Sure.
that's good.
Okay.
All right.
He's got his own little band of hyenas that follow him. That's good.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. All right. Show me Scar.
Are you kidding me?
Really?
Really having a hard time
on.
tapping into what the tadpole.
I think
is
Shredder.
putting down.
I think we're going Shredder. I think once again, I think name recognition is what it's all
Yeah.
about here.
Okay.
Okay.
The
I think
turtles
that's
are
what it's
big
all
again.
about.
The
What do you-
turtles are as big as ever right now. Do it. Do Shredder.
All right.
Yeah.
Show me last strike. Let's see what you got here. Show me
Oh no.
Shredder.
Oh,
Son of a
Oh,
bug.
come on.
I knew I should have went with. All right, I won't say it.
49th Shredder. Really, technically tied for 40th place because everybody. Those are all the two answer.
All right, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna guess that people are thinking a little more modern. Maybe.
All you
so-
gotta get is like one of the lower ones.
That's
man.
true.
Well, it needs a couple. It's at least
Yeah.
two.
All right, so right now everybody's. I just watched all the fatalities for the Mortal Kombat 1 DLC, and so I think on the mind is Omni-Man. So probably Omni-Man's on here.
Oh, that's really good.
He's a villain.
I mean, all I want to do is just wreck your planet and take it over. Yeah. Show me Omni-Man.
Oh, that's
all right, let's see what you guys missed. I want to start.
It's over. You got
Mumra.
No one did Mumra. Nobody way.
Did Mumra. No.
Always one of my favorites.
A lot of folks in the chat room were shouting this one out. Phineas and Ferb. I never saw it, but Dr. Douchinferts.
Yeah. That's a great one. I didn't think about modern stuff.
Is that a real name? Douchins? What is it?
Yeah.
Dr. Douchinferts.
He's a great character.
Douchinferts.
Oh, man. Somebody quickly get on that title. It's Douchinferts is what you're looking for. It's amazing.
From the TV show Pinky and the Brain, we have
oh my gosh, Pinky and the Brain, of course.
90s kids. Gosh dang it.
From the SpongeBob SquarePants, we have Plankton.
He's good.
Well,
SpongeBob. Oh, he's great. He's a villain for sure.
He's totally a villain.
He's great. Name recognition though. Calling it.
Yeah. Sure. From the specifically, people were referring to the Harley Quinn version of this, but Joker from Harley Quinn. Bane also didn't make the top 10, but was also in there, and I put Bane higher than Joker as far as a villain I identify with.
He's so great.
Give me back my pasta maker.
What's going on? No one wants to come to my party. He's just the funniest character. They totally kill it with that. I mean, we all owe Christopher Nolan a thanks for making that character the way it was, and Tom Hardy for doing it the way he did, because now the cartoon has this thing that is priceless. It's so good.
Yeah.
Totally. And that's Alan Tudyk, right? Doing the voice?
No, that's
oh, it's not.
He's Clayface.
Oh, Clayface is who I'm thinking of. Yeah.
I don't know who does have the Bane. I'll have to look that up. I'll look it up while you're giving us the rest.
Look it up while I'm doing this. Number 9. Dick Dastardly and Muttley from Wacky Races.
Wow, boy, we're all over the places now. That's old.
I never would have been able to guess any of these.
Right. Well, and number 10.
Yeah.
Might have said this, but didn't go with it.
Okay.
Gru.
That would have been good points. That would have been great points.
That would have been.
It didn't matter because you had enough. You had plenty of points to win.
Yeah.
And congratulations to Judah. You are going home with these prizes. I'm going to put them in Discord right now.
Congratulations.
You're a winner. You did it, man. This is where I'm at. Big loss for me. But
I'll zip through a few more of these just to let you know.
Yeah.
Squidward, Poison Ivy, Elmer Fudd, Maleficent, Harley Quinn, Mojo Jojo, Lex Luthor,
Mojo Jojo,
Mr. Burns, Mr. Freeze, Snidely Whiplash, Bluto /
no
Brutus.
Brainiac.
No.
Right.
No Brainiac, no. Riddler, Syndrome, Ursula from Little Mermaid, Poor Unfortunate Souls, Doc Ock, Ice King, Jafar, Kronk, Starscream, Thanos. Who doesn't agree with Thanos when you're out driving and it's all traffic?
Yeah.
The Grinch, the Monarch from Venture Brothers, and Isma or Gizma. I don't know.
Oh, Isma.
Isma's great.
She's fun. What's her name?
She's fun.
She used to be the
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah,
that's who I was thinking is Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, but it's played by. She played she played Catwoman in the old series. The old. What's her name? She was one of the Catwoman.
Lee Merriweather.
No.
Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt. That's it. Eartha Kitt.
Keep going.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that was one of her best last things she ever did was that Yzma character. She's fantastic. Anyway, well, there you go. Man, big winner this week. Nicely done.
All right.
Thanks for calling in, and also happy 21st. And don't, moderation, okay? Moderation in all things. Don't drink too much bourbon from where you live.
Got it.
And hold your local and state leaders to account, and we'll see you later. Bye now. All right. He won. Brian, you lose just because I'm kicking you out. You lost. I mean, you won, but you're leaving. Later today, 4:30 today, Mountain Time, we'll be doing Play Retro, and we're not doing it Friday like normal because of all the holiday shenanigans. So if you want to see Play Retro, watch it tonight. I'll be all done and dusted with DTNS. We roll straight into that, and we talk about the South Park N64 game, which is the most Thanksgiving, leading us to Christmas video game ever made on the N64, in my opinion.
Yes, and thank you, Taz, for suggesting that. I think Taz maybe in the chat room. That's finally figured out who suggested it. There you go.
Nice.
South Park.
Well, I like
video
him.
Game.
He
1998?
7 or 8? 8, I think.
98. It was after the first season. That's right. It was the first season of South Park. So old.
Yeah, very old.
Starvin'
And
Marvin.
you could throw snowballs at each other, kind of shooter style. It was kind of amazing. So we're going to talk about
what time did you say you're doing Play Retro?
4:30 Mountain today. So watch for that.
What a great timing. I'll be well done with Coverville way before then.
Good. I don't like when we cross over because I'd like everyone to have their time.
We're going to give people plenty of pre-Thanksgiving entertainment, which is the best thing.
That's right. Dunaway, kiss our butts. And there he goes. Can't even respond. Can't even say anything. We're going to take a break. When we come back from said break, we will spend some time with Tom Merritt for a little bit of tech time because it's his day, damn it. And then after that, recommendals. Before that, a song. Brian, you have said song?
I have a song, and I'm so excited about this because I've talked about how much I love power pop. You know, you look at power pop as being stuff like Nick Lowe, Dave Edmunds, the Knack, the Kinks, and I'm actually gonna point to the Knack right now because the song I'm going to be playing feels like it was right up there with My Sharona and Good Girls Don't, and all those songs that made the Knack think that they were bigger than the Beatles at the time. This is their sophomore studio album. It's called The Blips Again. Came out last Friday via Cornelius Chapel Records. This is the first single from it. It's called, what is it called? It's called Stay Up, from the brand new album from The Blips called The Blips Again. Here is Stay Up.
When you clean your house this fall,
Mr. Clean will clean it all.
Dirty ceilings, walls and floors,
Basement stairs and halls and doors.
Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt and grime and grease in just a minute.
Mr. Clean will clean your whole house and everything that's in it.
You guys sound kind of sparkly.
And we've returned. Who was that one more time?
Sure, those are The Blips from their brand new album Again. That's a song called Stay Up.
Sounds like remind me of again. Oh, nothing up my sleeve. Presto, the whole thing.
Exactly. It's supposed to sound like I'm supposed to remind you of
exactly that,
Rocky.
right? Is that the whole thing?
Rocky. Again.
I love that. All right, that is it for that. Oh, you know, we could have said, was Boris Badenoff on that list at all? Did you say?
No Boris Badenoff. I'm kind of surprised about that.
What's wrong with you people? Come on.
Yeah. Gargoyles, Gary from Pokemon, Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, the best Bob.
Tom from Tom and Jerry. I feel like Tom from Tom and Jerry should have been higher on the list, really.
I agree. Or the bull from Tom and Jerry. He was pretty good at Bellamy.
Oh, yeah. Was his name Ferdinand also?
Was it Ferdinand?
Like as a play on the whole Ferdinand the bull?
Oh, I don't know. It might have been. Yeah. I love those cartoons, though. I'm going to go find out. Let's do a deep dive later.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Excellent idea.
In the meantime, we got this.
Please, let's be civil. Tom, play us a quick solo to show everyone how hard you've been practicing.
You heard the man. Tom Merritt is here to talk about that and other things in the tech world, because that's what we do on Wednesdays. Tom Merritt joining us from Los Angeles, California. Hello, Tom.
Well, hello, Brian and Scott.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hello.
Los Angeles, California.
That's right. Represent. You're the Tinseltown of no, you're literally in Tinseltown.
That's me.
Sort of.
Tinsel Tom.
Yep. Always hobnobbing with the rich and the famous. And
yeah, like Sawyer the dog. And
all those things. Yeah, this is all true. Everything we say is true. Here is what's true. Tom works on tech news all week, really. And today, no different. We have to have tech talk today. So let's get a little preview. What's going on out there?
The upshot of the story that's probably going to lead Daily Tech News Show today is that OpenAI has dismissed 5 of its board members, and added 2 new board members, but nothing else has changed.
Oh my. So wait a minute, Sam.
Did y'all follow this?
Yeah. So
that's
I thought
5 minus 2 plus 3.
Wait, quick.
I gave you the end. The end is that 1 board member sticks around and there'll be an investigation into what happened this past weekend when OpenAI CEO Sam Altman was fired. Greg Brockman, the chairman of the board, was dismissed from the board, then quit. Then most of the rest of the company threatened to quit and all go work at Microsoft. Microsoft said, we totally back OpenAI. We also totally will hire Sam Altman and all the OpenAI employees if they want to work here. And then it was drama, Game of Thrones, Succession, et cetera. And finally, late last night, they got an agreement. Sam Altman is returning as CEO. Emmett Shear, former Twitch CEO, had been interim CEO. He'll depart. And the only member of the board staying is Adam D'Angelo. He happens to be CEO of Cora, which has their own AI product. He will stick around for the initial board. The initial board will then add former Salesforce CEO and former U.S. Secretary of the Treasury Larry Summers.
Oh my gosh, that's a weird one. I didn't see that one coming for some reason. Was he already there, or it's a new appointment?
No, he's new.
Oh, he's new. Okay. So when I was hearing about this, I thought it was settled with Sam Altman's going to Microsoft, and I thought, well, that's it for that. But then
that was Sunday.
Sunday,
Microsoft said, we're welcoming Sam Altman to head up a new division at Microsoft. But, these things are always only as firm as everyone involved wants them to be. And with the employee revolt happening at the same time, the remaining OpenAI board felt pressure. So the board used to be the D'Angelo guy who's sticking around, Altman, Brockman, and two other folks. I want to get their names right. Toner and Tasha McCauley, Helen Toner and Tasha McCauley. And OpenAI's chief scientist, Ilya Sutskever. Sutskever seemed to be the swing vote. Everybody was saying, well, Sutskever's much more conservative about the dangers of AI, and so he led the revolt. But then he posted on Sunday, I regret this. I will leave and go to Microsoft as well, which made it look like, okay, so now you've got 3 board members who didn't leave the revolt. What's going on? But it still dragged on from Sunday until Tuesday night before they agreed. And then Toner and McCauley stepped down, leaving D'Angelo. And again, you get Brett. I keep wanting to say Brett Stewart. Brett Taylor and a former Salesforce CEO as the board chair, and Larry Summers joining the board, which, yes, is a little surprising, but he does bring a lot of regulatory experience. So OpenAI is going to need a lot of connections in the government and things like that. So that seems to be why they would bring him on.
Okay, that makes sense. I went to ChatGPT yesterday, and I asked it, please describe in a couple of paragraphs the current goings on and controversy happening at OpenAI. And its answer was, I'm sorry, I don't have data past 2022 of April or whatever.
Oh, because it was the free version. Yeah.
And I
asked Bing.
Yeah.
But it didn't really give
me didn't help.
It just said like over the weekend Sam Altman was dismissed, but the negotiations go on. It was actually, decent.
Sure.
It was a decent factual account, but it didn't give me any special insights.
The people, the staff and the employees and the others there, they really do seem pretty dedicated to Sam Altman they liked his leadership and they liked the dude. And you saw a lot of postings from people who just work around or in. We know a few people who work at OpenAI, and they were very complimentary of the man. So I think there was like an initial feeling of like, oh, another greedy CEO pulling some kind of weird what. And instead, it's a lot of stuff we don't know, and the investigation will be interesting. But Tom, what I'm really waiting for is the 2026 Netflix 3-part documentary that'll tell us what happened. Right? It feels like that's what always happens. These tech companies do something weird, and there's always a doc.
What are we thinking? Alt-Man?
Alt-Man. Alternative man. The story of Sam Altman.
Altman Intelligence?
Oh, what?
Look at that.
The smartest computer in the room or something. I don't know what they're going to do. But it's fun. I like corporate intrigue, personally. I'm a fan of it, even though it affects all our lives.
This one was for the ages, right? Like it took everyone by surprise. nobody saw it coming, including Altman, and then just immediately devolved into, unprecedented stuff like most 95% of the company signing a letter, including the guy who is credited with leading the revolt against Altman, Sutskever, signing a letter saying, you don't bring him back, we're all leaving.
Even him.
And Microsoft said we have jobs, so we're not worried.
Yeah, I don't. Microsoft's like, all right.
And actually, Satya Nadella played this perfectly, which was, look, we have locked up rights to OpenAI's intellectual property, so whatever happens, we're not losing that. And we're going to keep working with Sam Altman. If we have to hire him and all his staff to do it, great, we'll do that. We'd prefer for it to just continue under a stable regime so we don't have to rebuild everything from scratch. Maybe we could make that happen. And it does look like these 3 board members are the first 3 of what will be a 9-person board is what everybody's reporting. And that Microsoft is considering whether they want a seat on that or not. It could provide some regulatory issues if they do, conflict of interest and stuff, but then it could help them keep this from happening again. So I could see why they might want it. The other thing to remember is OpenAI has this funky structure. Some of you may have looked into this, where OpenAI itself is a nonprofit. It's 501(c) company with a public benefit mission to develop safe AI. That's at the core of one of the theories about this dispute. And the board is not beholden to the shareholders of OpenAI Global. OpenAI Global is a for-profit company that is owned and governed by OpenAI, but is 49% owned by Microsoft, 49% owned by various investors and employee shares, and then 2% owned by the actual OpenAI company itself, but structured in such a way that OpenAI's nonprofit company has full control of that. So the board members unusually are not answerable to the shareholders because they're not the board of the for-profit company. They're the board of the company that governs the for-profit company.
Wow. Oh, what a tangled web, man.
Yeah, right.
Crazy. Well, when something's that big, this is what you get. When things take off and go crazy, turns out it's a little complicated. Side note.
Interests get piqued. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now, I have a little side note about this.
Oh, yeah, it's very interesting that D'Angelo was the only other name bandied around along with Sutskever at first. And he's the guy staying. And with him staying, some stories were leaked to the New York Times that maybe Toner was one of the problems with Altman. But D'Angelo, the only person on the board with a potential conflict of interest in that Quora has a competing product. It's got GPT.
That is interesting. So I will say, a couple things. I always think that a guy named Toner arrives in a $50, maybe a $50 car, but the person themselves is very expensive and you have to replace them all the time. You're always having to get a new toner in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Secondly,
and and just like we saw, they run out.
Yeah, that's right. They run out of toner. The other thing
you
I was going to say,
shake them up before you put them in an office.
Exactly. I just randomly saw this yesterday, but there was a video of Satya Nadella 30 years ago or so doing videos on how to use Excel. It's amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, real low-level stuff, and long before he would, arrive where he is today. But if anyone wants to track that down, you can just look for Satya Nadella, Microsoft Office how-to or something, and there's a whole YouTube video of him showing everybody how Excel works. It's fantastic. Anyway, cool. We all got to start somewhere. Let's start today a Daily Tech News show. That's at 2 p.m. Sorry, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. That's when that thing airs. And Tom, what do we? Anything else you want to say before the Thanksgiving holiday that you're doing over there, or with yourself, or whatever? What's going on?
If anybody hasn't checked it out yet, TechTom, techtom.substack.com is now a daily going concern. If you subscribe at the pay level, which is like $70 a year, it's not that much, you get my thoughts directly. Now, you get my thoughts on DTNS, but I'm playing moderator there. So if you want, what does Tom actually think about everything? What does he think is important? That's the place to go, techtom.substack.com. And there's always one free issue. If you're like, I don't know if I want to pay for it yet, you can try out and get one free issue a week as well. So go check that out. It's at freetomnewsletter.com. even though most of it isn't free anymore.
Tom, have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, man.
Bye now.
See you, Tom.
Yeah, I'll be on there today. That'll be fun. Get some more Sam Altman talk going on there. Altman.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to bring in Randy. He is showing his offline, but I don't believe it.
No, don't believe it for a second.
I don't believe it. I just don't. I don't buy it. I don't ken to it. Is that how they say it? I don't ken to it. That's a way of saying it. At least
to it.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe.
I don't ken to it or can to it. Whatever it is.
Maybe
they do it in the Dark Tower books. Use it, but I think it's a real saying. I think you can.
It's an old Western kind of thing.
I think so. Like it's a way of saying I'm into it, or I agree, or I'm all there, or something like that. Oh, he didn't answer. This is weird. Hold on.
Oh no, Randy,
what are you doing, man? How come? Oh, okay. Didn't Discord have a little side tray where I could? Oh, there he is. I think I see him now. All right, here we go. Let's do this.
Well, what do you recommend?
Yes, that's right. Let's recommend some streaming content from various streaming services, and let's do it with our pal Randy. Hi, Randy. How are you?
Good morning stream. I am doing great. I hope I sound okay. You are getting the power of the AirPods.
Yeah, look at you.
Oh, yeah, you sound fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound good.
Great.
It's not quite, it wouldn't be, we wouldn't allow this for Film Sack.
No, it's not your warm normalness,
Yeah.
But we'll take it.
Okay.
But you're in a pinch. You're out of town, right? You're like on vacation with the family?
No, I am not. I'm just out of the room.
Oh, all right.
So really, you could just walk back to the room if you.
I could.
You could.
I could.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to because it's just too far. It's too far. I can't do this.
That's what I figured. Hey, but it's good. It's good to have you here. We're going to talk about stuff we've all seen and recommended or will recommend on streaming services. Hopefully, all of us like something. Nicole's out in an appointment today. She'll be back hopefully next week. And let's dive in. Brian, we're going to start with you. Tell us about your clip and what you got here.
Absolutely. This is one that I was excited to see, but I did wait for all 8 episodes to fully arrive before I started watching them. Because I did want to binge this one. This is one I didn't want to wait. And I'm glad I did. I really enjoyed this. Probably get it from this unusual orientation video that you're about to hear.
Oh my, here we go.
I know there must be many thoughts going through your mind right now. Is this the right place for me? Do I belong here? Well, let me assure you that we see something in you. Something you may not even see yourself. Even if you do have X-ray vision.
I'm super focused.
I'm super inclusive.
I'm super curious. I'm super able.
What kind of a super are you? I'm Dean Indira Shetty. Congratulations and welcome to Godolphin University. We've trained the best and brightest young heroes since 1965. But more than that, we're a family. A community of supportive faculty and peers who will accept you as the unique, culturally rich change agent that you are. Perhaps you'll join the Crimson Countess School for the Performing Arts. Alumni include stars from such shows as So You Think You've Got Super Talent. Or maybe you'll be accepted into the Lamplighter School of Crime Fighting.
You can become the best crime fighter you can be with classes like victimology and self-defense.
So whether you want to walk the mean streets or the red carpet, Godolphin is a safe space for you to thrive.
We're super excited to meet you.
Did I hear some Mr. Krabs at the start of that?
You did. That is Clancy Brown, the head of one of the schools, the Godolphin schools there. Not the dean. We also heard from Dean Shetty. Got to say that carefully. That is Gen 5 or Gen V. Actually, you said really is Gen V. What am I saying?
Which is it? Which is it? I've heard multiple ways.
It's Gen V.
It has to be V, right? Because
that V is what the
goo in you
makes people super.
Yeah, the shots, the injections, and stuff.
It's a spin-off of The Boys, and it focuses on a college, basically somewhere between Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Mutants and Hogwarts, somewhere between the two, because you've actually got a sorting hat kind of thing that helps determine which of the schools you'll go to. Will you go crime fighter or will you go performing arts major? So obviously because it's a spin-off of The Boys, it has that same level of dark humor. It's also got that same level of nudity, which is all male nudity. So there, you're welcome, ladies.
Oh yeah. What do you mean, ladies? We can
That's true.
appreciate.
True.
We can appreciate the.
Sure.
And there are plenty of not ladies in our audience who would appreciate the male nudity as well.
Sure.
Of course. It's a very interesting kind of dark secret that the school holds. You won't find out about. I won't tell you about that. You'll find out about that as the show goes. But it does focus on a group of students that help uncover this dark secret and what they do about it. Yeah. You do get a couple cameos. I won't say who shows up, but you do get some of the 7, and there you go.
Is it as like what's the word here? Is it as
bloody, violent?
Yeah, all those things. It's all in that vein, right?
It does not feel like a kids show version of The Boys. This is a spin-off of The Boys that feels like The Boys that just happens to feature kids, or younger students.
Still the same, some biting social commentary, all that kind of stuff going on.
Some, yeah. I mean, obviously there is a lot of there's a lot of transgender stuff, which is very, very interestingly presented in a obviously a way that you don't normally get in a non-superhero comedy drama or dramedy, which is really, really interesting.
So would you compare this to when we had a couple of seasons of the rebooted Doctor Who and then we got Torchwood? Is it like that?
Oh, Torchwood. That's an interesting comparison. I mean, not the same kind of show, obviously, right?
No, but that's a very good. It's far better than the X-Files spinoff. What were those kids' names? Actually, there were a couple. There was the oh my god, the three conspiracy guys. The heck were there? What the
Lone Gunman? The Lone Gunman.
Lone Gunman. Thank you. But then you also got Millennium, right? Was a spinoff of the X-Files. Far better than those. I never saw Torchwood. I've watched everything Doctor Who since the reboot, and
I really like Torchwood.
Yeah, I love Torchwood I liked it more than I've only seen very little Doctor Who, so I can't really say that, but I really did like Torchwood, and I really liked Millennium actually. I thought that was
did you?
Super rad. Not a lot of people agreed with me, but I thought it was cool. Yeah, I was into it.
Well, I think you'll like this then. Like The Boys, it's on Amazon Prime. No surprise there. 8 episodes. It's been renewed for season 2. Thank goodness, because boy, is there a nice little cliffhanger at the end of season 1.
I think it did really well for them. I think they got a lot of eyeballs on it.
I'm not surprised. Boys, right now The Boys are it's a popular franchise, so anything, people are ready for more stuff from that universe.
And somebody said it leads this. I don't know who said it in the chat, but that this season of Gen V leads directly into season 4 of The Boys.
It does, and it makes sense because basically when you're at this school, you're trying to graduate and be invited to join the 7. Gotcha. So anything that you can do to kind of connect to that main team from The Boys kind of gives you that connection.
Are there any scenes like a tiny, tiny little man inside of someone else's urethra and then having them explode? Is that at all represented
there
here?
Is stuff like that. Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
One of the there's a woman on this named Elizabeth Broadway or Lizzie Broadway, and she is fantastic. She plays the roommate of the main character. Her name is Emma, but she also is known as Little Cricket. And she can shrink down, and you find out what she has to do to shrink down, and and what
you're really selling this, like you're selling it so well.
I really am trying to
incredible things that we're not going to know unless we watch it.
I know. I really don't want to give away because there is so much not really shock value, but oh, wow, okay. That's not something I was expecting, but I guess when you think about superheroes and and sex, or people with superpowers and sex. Yeah, I guess that would be a thing. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
So,
and they're not afraid to do that on The Boys. I don't know why they would be afraid to do that
Not at
here.
all. Yeah, not at all.
And then I just looked through the whole long cast list, and
Yeah.
I see appearances by Billy Butcher and The Deep and A Train and Homelander. Is that like on a TV screen, or do they actually make appearances?
Do you want? I'll tell you. They actually do make appearanrances.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not just, oh, we had this footage from a deleted scene from The Boys. Let's use it for this. No, there is integration with the show.
All right.
Oh, that's good to hear, because
I'm in.
Every one of those guys, man. Chance Crawford as The Deep and Jesse Usher as A Train. These guys are like, I want so much more of them, you know?
Yeah, you won't get a lot of them in this, but you'll get it. You'll get a little bit.
All right.
And
nice.
But it does lead right into the next season. Somebody said in the chat room, it leads right into the next season of The Boys.
That guy that plays A-Train was really good in that horror movie I recommended called Smile.
Oh yeah,
that guy's real good at it. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Let's move on down the road to Randy. And Randy, tell us what you got there.
Let me just tell you a little tiny story. So, as you know, I love stand-up comedy, and I like to come in here every few months and give you a stand-up comment, like a half hour, an hour special that I've vetted and I know you're really going to enjoy.
Cool.
And so I'm like doing my usual thing, and Netflix has been advertising Jenny Slate to me a lot lately, and it's like her special is like 4 years old now, and I didn't remember really liking it, and so I decided I'm going to just watch that Jenny Slate special. And I love her. She's one of the greatest little voices, you know. She's on The Great North. And so I started watching it, and it was terrible. And I'm like, no, this is not good. I don't understand why Netflix is showing me like the best 3 minutes of the entire special in an ad. And so I just like started digging around, and I came across one of the best hours I've seen in a long time. And it's a brand new stand up. It's a new special from a stand up who's been writing comedy for a long time. And I think you're going to recognize her work if you don't recognize her voice.
Sure. Well, let's play it and find out.
And now is also the perfect time to announce I plan to age. Thank you. Thank you. Naturally, ideally from the comfort of my own home. Somebody's got to do it. We need a control group in Los Angeles. Otherwise, we won't know what old ladies look like. So I volunteer. If I do get surgery, it's going to be a lobotomy.
I like her a lot.
Yeah, this is Beth Stelling. And she's a writer, a comic writer from originally from the Upright Citizens Brigade. That's where she came up. And she has done so much like in the last 5 years. Like she wrote for the TV show Crashing, which I recommended at some point. She wrote Strange Planet. She wrote a movie, Good Boys. She was
love that.
She was part of the team that made the movie Good Boys, which is like Superbad, only newer.
I enjoyed that way more than Superbad, honestly. I thought that Good Boys was hilarious.
Yeah, and Beth Stelling is like many stand-ups. Like she's a great writer, but she's also just got a voice that she's found. And this half hour, I keep saying half hour because so many comic specials are only 30 minutes long. This is over an hour long. It's called If You Didn't Want Me Then. And it's just awesome. It's from beginning to end, great ideas, great jokes. She's just really good at this.
All right, I'm in. Where's the show? Sorry, what's the streaming service?
It's on Netflix. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like there's an abundance of good stuff on Netflix, and it's all scattered. It's really hard to find the greatest of the Netflix offerings because Netflix pumps these out. Like apparently stand-up comics will work for beans, and you can,
I think they make pretty good money over there. My understanding is they do really well with their specials. Prime also pays really well, but the thing that Netflix needs to do, they have they once in a while will like showcase some stand-up comedy, but they don't have a category that's easy to find. And they have so much of it, I think it justifies one. Have a damn category, a big upfront one that says stand-up comedy specials. Because you've got you currently control the market on those in terms of volume.
And there is a category number. If you browse them on your computer, there's a category number that's like new stand-up comedy, and it only shows you stuff that's hit Netflix in like the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And that's pretty helpful, like to me, because I want to see everything. But I like I say, it's just there's so much hit and miss, and it's also really hard to recommend stand-up comedy to like general audiences. Like there's an older comic right now that they finally discovered named Lunel. And Lunel is a real acquired taste. She is really funny. She is really vulgar. She is older, and it is just not like I'm not gonna make people watch Lunel. Like you can, you know, maybe if you stumble upon Lunel on your own and you have a few minutes, like maybe you'll like it.
Yeah, you can always be pretty safe with like Gaffigan specials, and I would really recommend that Nick Bargatze one on Prime. It is some of the best stand up in a long time, and it is 100% cool for everybody in the family to watch all at once. Like there's still that kind of thing, but you're right, these are hard. Like there's some Bill Burr stuff I really enjoy on Netflix, but I can't say to my mom, "Oh, hey mom, this Bill Burr guy, you'd love him," and she would hear the level of swears he drops on a single, in 10 minutes of comedy will be too much for her. So yeah, I get that. Yeah. I've never heard of this Lunel before. I would check her out.
Really?
Yeah.
She's like a older Gen X, sort of like I said, just very vulgar. But Beth Stelling is right in the middle of the millennial generation, and like one of those millennial voices. Oh, you're putting up a picture of Lunel.
Yeah, that's Lunel. Yeah.
She is really funny. She's just incredibly crass. Like I say, an acquired taste.
Okay.
And like when you look at the Netflix offerings, there's all kinds of things like that, and I'm glad they're doing it. I really, really am, because sometimes you're like, wow, they found something here. Right. With Beth Stelling, she has worked her way up to this level. She has done the time writing and doing a great job of it. And her hour on Netflix, this one, if you didn't like me then, just like perfectly well written. I don't want to oversell her, but the quality of her writing reminds me of George Carlin.
Oh wow!
Again, please don't take that as a direct comparison, but like it's just it's really, really incredible when a comic gets to this level and you see them and it's like her first big special, and it's just good. It's really good.
All right, well there you have it. Go check that out on LetFlix. That's right.
Yeah, LetFlix.
Let your flicks fly. All right, I'm talking. Oh man, we went heavy Netflix this week. It turns out, two of us anyway. I also watched something on Netflix, and Rainbow Bright in the chat will like that I'm bringing this up because they recommended it earlier as something I would like, and guess what? It's today's recommendal. So I'll say that. I'll say it's animated, and here's the clip.
Impressive. I've never seen a gun like it. Front loading. Not a Japanese pistol.
A European design, isn't it?
That would make it illegal.
Hachimon the Flesh Trader. Of course. I heard of you. Never leaves a village without buying one of its daughters.
All right. That is audio from an animated short series, a limited series on Netflix called Blue Eye Samurai, which is this beautifully animated tale of a girl, a young war. You know what? I don't think it is obvious in the first episode. It's kind of a Mulan piece of business where she's masquerading as a man samurai, but there's a girl under there. And she's got
what do you know?
She got revenge on the mind, and she needs to break into the all boys network that is feudal Japan. And through a series of very bloody encounters and some really, really great characterization and story, the character Mizu tells the tale. I don't want to get too deep on the story because I think it's worth experiencing for yourselves. Okay. But this features people like George Takei in a role. Masaoka from Heroes, he's in this.
Hero from Heroes.
Oh, cool. Stephanie Sue is in here as well.
Yep.
Love her.
Kenneth Branagh's in this. Carrie Hiroyuki Togawa, who I love. is in this. Randall Park, like all the people you think are cool that work in like Asian projects are all feel like they're all in this.
And Long Duck Dong. I see Long Duck Dong.
He's in here. Getty Watanabe is in it. That's him, right?
Yep.
Who else? Let's see. Clyde Kanutsua is also really great. I like Patrick Gallagher. Anyway, great cast. Really great style. The animation here is really something else, and it's co-created by a producer and writer who's known for his writing of Logan. He wrote Green Lantern, which is an unfortunate little smear on his record. It's a poopy movie. But he also
can't hold that against him. After the greatness of Logan, let's not hold that other thing against him.
He was also a producer and writer on Heroes, and then Blade Runner 2049. He is the chief writer, and I love that movie. So
that's a really awesome little credit.
Yep.
Yeah,
all kinds
for
of other
sure.
stuff too. Had time on American Gods. He was producer on, what was it called, Kings? Do you remember Kings? That weird.
Yeah.
It was an NBC show, which is the worst part because it got canceled too early. But it was basically that Kings. Well, Britain wins, and there's a king in America, and he was played by Swedgen, Ian McShane.
Yep.
Okay.
It was so cool. Nobody saw this thing except apparently Randy and I saw it. Kings was badass. It was such an amazing concept, and they freaking canceled it after a season.
Mid-season canceled.
Yeah,
it wasn't
that
even a
pissed me
full
off.
season.
Pissed me off so much. I loved that. The whole concept. It was like Game of Thrones, but like not fantasy. It was alternate history, and it was really, really cool.
The important thing about that is, as far as I'm concerned, that's the show that makes Sebastian Stan. Sebastian Stan comes out of nowhere, and he is such a star in that show.
Yeah, he's really, really good. Well, the good news is all that talent, as well as Amber Nozumi, I think is how you say her name. She also has done some pretty cool stuff, but mostly this is her first gig. She's co-producer and writer. They have made a really, really cool thing that I don't hear Netflix promoting at all. I don't understand why.
Yeah, this is the first I'd heard of it, actually.
It is not straight like this isn't some Japanese anime that then came over here and now we're getting a rough translation in the dubs or anything. That's not that at all. This is like an original with an original English cast. I'm sure you can get it in other languages, but it's not. It's a little more my framing of like Western storytelling, but in a motif that is obviously influenced by anime. It's a great combo, and I love it. So I don't want to say any more than that because I think it's worth watching. Everybody out there.
Do you say what the like tone and rating and appropriate
I think
nature of it?
Teenage kids are going to be fine. There are some there's some cartoon nudity and some implications there if that's your thing to be bothered by.
Is it weird that we just don't care? Like when you put the word cartoon in front of it, like I was like, oh, okay, I don't care. You say cartoon violence, cartoon nudity, I don't care.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously,
cartoon gore.
I guess
really
if you're just trying to figure out which kids are appropriate, I would say 16 and up is fine. If parents are wondering, but it's an adult story with adult themes, and the fighting, while amazing and beautifully rendered, is pretty bloody. They don't hold back. Think like Elder Scrolls or not Elder Scrolls, Ninja Scrolls or something like that. It's very cool though, and it's getting extremely good reviews everywhere, including audience reviews, and I think it's worth your time. So check it out. 8 episodes, I think. Is it 8 total? I believe. Yeah.
Blue Eye Samurai.
Very, very cool stuff with lots of interesting
and you got a Utah connection and get a Watanabe.
Yeah, I love him. He's cool. Anyway, there's that. Go see all 3 of these things. They're all up on quicktms.li. And thanks to Brian for keeping that up, because if he didn't, who would? And if not now, when? And if not us.
Yep, they're all there.
And then this weekend, we got a film sack coming up. We're returning to our Bond watches.
Right.
And we're going to watch, speaking of Japanese stuff that's very uncomfortable.
You live twice.
Laughing because over in our Discord, there were like consecutive messages from people, like different people saying, oh, this is my favorite Bond movie. And then someone saying, I just watched it. It was crap. Yeah. I'm like, oh, goody.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
But anyway, it'll be fun, though, because we get to see Sean Connery pretend to be Japanese. And who doesn't want to see some latent 60s racism? Let's do it.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, let's get in there.
I'm sure Sean Connery doesn't want to see that. Didn't.
Yeah.
I definitely haven't seen like as we're rewatching these and we're rewatching them in order, or taking years and years to do it. I'm realizing like, oh, I haven't seen this in like 30 years.
Yeah, same here.
I'm gonna, like it's gonna be all fresh and new to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I've seen it, I don't remember. So this might be new for me. I never saw much of the Connery stuff, to be honest, back in the day. It all seemed like my dad's stuff,
Yeah.
But I don't know. As being around you guys, especially Brian, is a diehard Bond fan.
Big Bond fan.
Yeah, this has been a fun go through so far. So I suspect we'll enjoy this one as well.
Well, I had read the books a couple times, and so like I'm all messed up there, and I've decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not even going to look at the book.
Yeah, it's become such an icon, like a cultural icon, that it seems crazy to read that book now. For me, not every. I mean, I'm sure that Ian Fleming books are worth reading. I'm not saying they aren't. Obviously, it's they're big for a reason. But sometimes I do that. It's like, can I even read like it feels? That would be like reading Harry Potter now, to me. Like I read those as they came out, but if I was going to go look at them now, I think I would be less inclined to, just because I'm so familiar with the movie universe that it just feels.
Yeah, but do they veer off? The movies veer off from the books.
Big time.
Almost all of them. Like The Spy Who Loved Me is a completely different story, the movie to the book, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the other reason. Like, should I?
Yeah.
Do I want two versions? I don't know. I probably do.
Yeah. I mean, it's like basically getting an additional Bond story that you didn't get from the movie or from the book.
I'll read. You know what? I'll find out what Ian Fleming's best Bond movie, like what the consensus is on the best Bond book to read, and I'll read that.
Yeah, there's one that's the one I recommend, which is a really good one if you just want to dip your toe. And I'm trying to remember what the name of it is, but it's 4 short stories. It's a Bond novel that's got 4 short stories, 3 of which I think have been turned into.
They all
films.
feature. Sorry, they're all Bond stories, though, right? Like
they all feature James Bond. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to see here
I should know this.
Yeah, I'm having to look it up because I don't remember. There we go.
Maybe the Broccolis have it. Maybe they got it now.
Maybe the Broccolis have it.
Yeah.
Like Quantum of Solace, View to a Kill, For Your Eyes Only, Living Daylights, and Octopussy were all short stories that got adapted into movies. And there's one book that's got. Oh, here we go. After Fleming's death. No, that's a different one.
This is what I would ask.
I guess it's called For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, it is.
And For Your Eyes Only, the book has the.
That's why we're having a hard time remembering it, because it's called the same. It's the same name as the.
Yeah,
I would read. I'd read that. That sounds great. If they made 4 movies out of short stories in a single tome, that's amazing. I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I think
report back on that right before, right after Parasite, or right before. I don't know, but it's happening.
Great, excellent.
Yeah,
Terrific.
we'll see how that goes. Randy, I'll see you then. Have a fantastic week. And
happy Thanksgiving, friends.
Yeah, bye.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. Eat lots.
Yeah, eat a lot of food. And you see how he stealthily switched his headphones out for his regular mic during that.
I didn't even notice it until you said that. I was like, oh yeah, he did start sounding better. The For Your Eyes Only short story collection has From a View to a Kill. Very different. No Grace Jones, no Christopher Walken, no Aha. For Your Eyes Only, Quantum of Solace, and then 2 that haven't been turned into movies, Risiko and the Hildebrand Rarity. And the Hildebrand Rarity is, if I remember correctly, the first short story that was ever released, and it was put into the first Bond short story that was ever released, and it made its first appearance in Playboy magazine.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's when I went there for the articles,
Yes, I went there for the Bond, the Bond short stories.
Yeah, all the James Bond short stories. That's why I get Playboy still.
Yes,
that's my whole reason. I don't get it. All right, well that's awesome. we're gonna get out of here now. Here's the deal. It's Wednesday. We didn't have a chance to mention this earlier, but Brian's doing Coverville today. Brian, tell him what you're doing.
That's right. It's my annual Beatles Thanksgiving big super duper huge episode that's now about the same size as the other super duper huge episodes that I do every week. But that means fewer interruptions. It's still going to be 3 sets of music, very short sets, very short talking bits in between them just to announce the songs, and a lot of great Beatles music. Going to do that at noon today. Looks like 18. Did I get 18, 19 Beatles songs? I usually do 15 song episodes. This one's still a little bit larger than the typical Coverville episode.
Nice.
And of course, going to be playing some Marvel Snap during the whole thing, working on my Werewolf by Night deck, which I really like.
That's cool.
Bounce him around, make him bigger as he bounces around from lane to lane.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, noon, twitch.tv/Coverville.
And today, play retro 4:30 p.m. So stick around for that. And then also Friday, so no show Thursday. It's Thanksgiving here in America. We take that day off. Friday, 10 a.m. Play date. That means everyone's invited. Patrons will get first shot at being in the game, but everybody else can come watch. We're going to do a combination of some of our favorite Jackbox and finish things out with some Among Us. So that'll be this Friday. And then at there's something else Friday. Shit. Something else is going on. What was it? Core that night, because I had to move Core. So Core's not on Thursday this week. It's on Friday. And Film Sack this weekend. That'll be on Sunday this weekend. I think that's everything. So I hope you wrote it all down, because I ain't saying shit again. Okay? All right. That's going to do it for today's show. Patreon.com/TMS is the place to get in under the wire before this month ends and support your favorite podcast. Do it today and find out all the reasons why just by heading over there now at patreon.com/TMS. Brian brought a song. He'll play it now, and then we'll all be glad we heard it. What is it?
You sure will. Talia writes in. She says, "Hey, Sussy and Baka. My birthday is on the 23rd this month of November. I'm not thrilled about it. Can you make me slightly thrilled by playing a cover of a Ninja Sex Party song sometime soon? They do good covers themselves, but even I agree they sometimes sound very much like the original. So how about one from a tribute album to them? I gave you 2 options of ones I think are better covers, and own the album if you need it, but I wonder if the big scary F word in one of the songs would make Cowardville say no. If you deem this unacceptable, I don't know, maybe something's Baldur's Gate 3 related. The show's okay, I guess. I can definitely see why you like it."
Wow.
Tally.
Really going down with the flag there. First of all, Brian's not afraid of an F-bomb. Not at all.
Never.
Never afraid. Second of all, you get this version for this new birthday.
Happy birthday.
That's where you transitioned into. You know, that's not an inside joke about transition. I promise.
That's a very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, not what I meant, but you know what I'm saying. You're getting older. You can't be.
Let's party.
You can't be doing that.
Right. Yeah. You can't keep up with the young hipsters anymore. It's
You're an
gotta
old
move
lady.
on to the lady.
Yeah, that's right. Be playing, I don't know, bingo with your friends on the weekends or whatever.
Right.
So,
by the way, 2 octaves lower, and that's Elvis Costello. Happy birthday.
Hold on, I gotta hear it now.
Happy birthday.
You're right, dude. He does that thing with his throat. Anyway.
All right. This is from the tribute to Ninja Sex Party called Above the Covers, Ninja Sex Party 10-year anniversary tribute album. This is good because it's got like that Danny Don't You Know song, which I really love. Their originals are great, and so it's about time that people pay attention to those great originals that come from Ninja Sex Party. Here is the one that'll probably surprise Talia that I picked for you. Happy birthday, Talia. This is called Orgy for One. Well, you know what that means. It's by Rothschilds.
Oh, very nice. Let's play it now, and then we'll see you all soon for all that other crap.
Not safe for work, not safe for kids. I'll just get that out right now.
Yeah,
there
just so you guys know, this song, just watch yourselves.
Yeah.
We don't mind playing it. We're just warning it. That's all.
That's right.
All right, here it is. We'll see you guys soon.
Get more at frogpants.com.
I mean, be.
Bo losing his mind.
Explaining